I was born with glaucoma and began losing my sight rapidly as a small child. In my teens, I began to hear that cannabis might be something that could treat glaucoma. When I was 17, I smoked some cannabis before going to see my eye doctor, and he found that my usually elevated eye pressures were normal. I made the connection that day, October 3rd, 1972, that cannabis could save my eyesight from glaucoma.
In the mid-1970s, Wisconsin NORML put me in touch with Robert Randall, who, like myself, had stumbled upon cannabis to treat severe glaucoma. After D.C. police arrested him for growing his medicine, Randall successfully sued the federal government, forcing them to supply him with federal medical marijuana. Bob Randall also began traveling the U.S., testifying before state legislatures in support of therapeutic cannabis research acts, which created state medical cannabis programs for glaucoma and cancer chemotherapy patients. It was in support of Assembly Bill 279, Wisconsin Therapeutic Cannabis Research Act legislation, which brought both Bob Randall and myself to the Wisconsin State Capitol on Tuesday, July 31st, 1979. The hearing of the Health and Social Services Committee was held in the Capitol's North Hearing Room on the second floor. The bill's sponsor, Representative David Clarenbach, a Madison Democrat, was among those testifying. Bob Randall was one of 3 patients testifying that day. He noted that 14 states had already passed therapeutic cannabis research acts, discussed problems with federal red tape, and spoke of his legal medical use, noting the cannabis cigarettes were supplied in a brown plastic bottle with "smoke as directed" on the label, and that he smoked about 10 per day. Former Madison 2nd District Alder Donald Murdoch offered courageous testimony of how cannabis helped him deal with the devastating side effects of cancer chemotherapy. The Wisconsin State Journal reported the third patient's assembly representative spoke on his behalf. State Representative Stephen Leopold, Democrat of Milwaukee, says he has a constituent who has glaucoma and obtains marijuana illegally for the condition. Right now he has to break the law to receive adequate treatment, said Leopold, who added his constituent was unwilling to testify for the bill for fear of prosecution. A Wisconsin NORML mailing later noted, the third person has to remain anonymous because he is a Milwaukee resident who continues to use marijuana to control his glaucoma and who is in real jeopardy of being arrested for that use. By now you've probably guessed I was Representative Leopold's constituent, who he testified for that day. But because of harsh cannabis law enforcement in Milwaukee at the time, I really did feel unsafe. Assembly Bill 279 passed committee by a 6-5 vote after the hearing that day. In 1981, another version of the bill passed both houses by wide margins, and in 1982, Governor Lee Sherman Dreyfus signed it into law. But because the federal government did not want to give up their monopoly on supplies of medical marijuana, Wisconsin's law and that of the nearly 3 dozen other states that passed such laws were rendered symbolic. The years have taken their toll on so many of us. In the nearly 4 decades I've used cannabis as medicine, I've watched literally generations of patients battle serious illness, and many have come and gone, enduring insults including raids, arrests, evictions, harsh side effects of legal drugs, loss of access to pain meds, even alienation from families and loved ones. Why should sick people be forced to sneak around and feel ashamed for trying to get back a little quality of life and dignity? It has taken decades, but I believe we have now reached a point where Wisconsin is ready, and that if we, the people, make our voices heard to our state assembly representatives, our state senator and governor, that the Jacki Rickert Medical Marijuana Act can pass this session. But only if everyone gets involved. Here's how you can help pass the Jacki Rickert Medical Marijuana Act. It's time.
Please listen, you lawmakers. I'm reaching out my hand. You gotta realize, you gotta legalize. Everybody say amen. I got the when you gonna make the medicine I take legal medicine blues. I thought this was America, why aren't I free to choose? Now don't you quote the law to me, if you do you're gonna lose. I got the when you gonna make the medicine I take, legal medicine blues. When you gonna make the medicine I take, legal medicine blues. I got the when you gonna make the medicine I take, legal medicine